How did you manage the situation when you were at Uber? How did you transform everything during that time? Like, how did you dig deep to figure out creative ways to transform a company's the image, I guess, right? I mean, that's ultimately what you had to do.
That was the point, yeah. Well, here's the thing about marketing that I think most people miss. It's like folks think that it's just about like, commercials
billboards
and pretty pictures and like cute words and catchphrases and stuff. But really what you're doing is you are both building a reputation for a person or a place or a thing, an idea, or you are manipulating people to believe that an idea, a person, a place, a thing is of their making. And so those two things sit in sort of they're working together, to make marketing happen. And I quickly knew that, like, when I got to Uber, that the issue wasn't that people thought like, the company is racist and sexist and all this stuff. Because have you seen the rest of corporate America? Like, where is it not? You know what I'm saying? And literally, I said that. Like, at an interview, I was just like, I'm sorry. So you want to bash Uber because you think that there are no black people in the C-suite and they don't give women power positions and they're not paying their drivers. I was like, please show me the utopia in corporate America where this is happening. Show me the company, please.
Welcome to capitalism.
I would like to know.
Right.
Exactly. But it didn't exist. And for me, it's like the idea of Uber at that moment in time was trust. It was a trust issue. People didn't trust the executives in the boardroom to make the right decision. Whether it was about their colleagues, or it was about their employees, it was about the drivers, it was about you as a rider. Like, they didn't trust the company. And so how do you rebuild trust? Well, there's a couple of ways. It's like you had to put people in the car who other people trust.
Right.
And have them tell vulnerable things so that it feels like, oh, I'm in this environment and I can trust this person who's saying things that are vulnerable to me. And although that seems like a logical thing to do, it's a hard thing to build, because you have to do it in numerous ways and you have to be committed to it. That's the other challenge about marketing, is that it can feel so ethereal that it is hard to commit to. Because you're like, okay, we got to commit to trust. And then like 2 months in, people are like, oh, they trust us now, we can go. And it's like, no. You don't understand. Trust has been lost and now you got to rebuild it over time. You do it again and again and again. Hopefully you don't mess up.
Right.
And take 10 steps back. By the way, it was while I was working at Uber that I met Colin.
Was that when we all met? During that time?
Yeah, during that time. Yeah.
Wow.
I was just about to leave.
Yeah, you were about to leave.
About to quit.
And then you went to WME, right? William Morris
exactly.
Agency, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's been a
so
while.
I was at Uber. And you know what's so... Actually, you know what? I don't know if even Colin knows this story.
Tell me.
That the day that I met him... Gosh, this is so wild. Okay.
I love these stories.
Gosh. Okay,
you know
let's
that,
tell you
right?
the story. Okay, so I was look, I was under attack. Okay, I was in real beef in the company. Like, people want to kill me every day, literally and figuratively. Like, I had like security at my house, like that type of kind of craziness.
My gosh.
Oh no, it was really crazy.
Oh wow, that's scary.
Yeah, no, it was really crazy. And I wanted to execute an idea around trust, right?
Right.
And using athletes basketball players specifically, who could tell us their stories inside of the Uber, right? So I hired Carrie Champion, who's one of my best friends.
We love Carrie.
We love Carrie.
We love Carrie.
Fantastic journalist, incredible woman.
We love Carrie. Yeah.
As the Uber driver. So that she could drive the Uber and ask the questions
Makes sense.
of the people in the back.
Cute idea. I love this.
Thank you very much. At the same time, Lebron was launching his production company, but he was having a hard time booking big jobs because, as you can imagine, people are like, oh, but you're an athlete. Like, what do you know about production? Why are you here in Hollywood? Blah, 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 blah. And so I called Mav Carter, and I was like, yo, I'm struggling. Ain't nobody want to work with me, okay? Like, I can't book a production company to save my life.
Why?
Out here.
Why?
People didn't want to work with Uber. They were like, this terrible misogynistic company. Like, everybody hates them. Why would we work with you?
So they were turning it down.
Oh, they were turning us down left and right. I could not book a production company. And so when I called Mav, I was so desperate. I was like, hey, look, we're going to partner up, okay? I got some cash to use here, okay? You have a production company. Would you help me? And this is about basketball players. Like, would you help me put together a campaign where I have Carrie in the driver's seat, put some basketball players in the back seat, have them tell a personal story. Carrie will do the interview. We're going to film it. We're going to cut it to 30s and 60s. We're going to throw some on TV, throw some on like YouTube and have it ride. So this worked a little bit, okay?
Okay.
And then one day, LeBron, because he's seen the cuts, was like, I want to get in the Uber. I want to tell my story. And we're like, okay, everybody stop. We flew to Cleveland. He wasn't even playing there. We flew to Cleveland. Carrie's out here driving. It was wintertime too. Carrie is... First of all, you should not get in the car with Carrie Champion. Okay, let me just say that. Even as her best friend, I'll tell you that, girl, you don't want to be in the car with her.
Yeah.
The lead foot. It is dangerous. But anyway, so she's driving. We've got all the cameras everywhere. He was captain of the All-Star team that year. Oh, who was he? Who was the other one? Gosh, I can't remember now. But in any case, Kevin Durant. So he's like, the two of them are going to get in the Uber and tell their story.
This is insanity.
Can you imagine?
This is insanity.
Literally. So production is going. I'm like, in the two cars behind them, like got the cameras in front of me. I'm watching the conversation. And LeBron starts talking about his opinions about politics.
Oh,
he had never spoken about politics in his life publicly. And then he starts talking about what it's like to be a rich black man in America. And when the N-word was spray painted across his gate and what he had to tell his sons. Girl, I was sitting in the car like, Carrie, just keep driving. Just keep driving and capture every moment of this. So he's divulging all this information. We're done with the shoot, probably 2 hours worth of content, but I whittled it down to like 20 minutes that I felt like you could not get. I was like, I can't even get it down to a 30, So I put all 20 minutes on YouTube, which, by the way, is a marketing no-no. Like, don't do that. Nobody pays attention, right? 20 minutes of LeBron talking about his opinions. And Laura Ingraham saw it of Fox News.
Of course.
And she went on her program the next day and she said he should shut up and dribble.
Wow, that was the moment.
Yes. And so I'm on the phone with LeBron.
It's your fault.
Girl, look, we were out here. LeBron is pissed.
Why?
Because he's mad at her.
Because
he's mad
of course,
at the whole thing. Like, why can't I have an opinion? Why? It's like I'm a citizen. Like, I can have an opinion about politics. I can have an opinion. I'm a black man. Like,
pays taxes.
Like, yes, I can have an opinion.
You can have an opinion.
I can't just shut up. What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
Right.
And so that day, it was like she had said those words in the morning.
Wow.
That afternoon, I went and shot an interview on ESPN. LeBron, I don't even know where LeBron was, but we all, were patched in. Mav, we did the interview basically defending him. That's when he also said, I'm more than an athlete.
Right. Wow.
I got off of that interview and went to meet Colin for lunch. It was that day.
Did you tell Colin this?
The funny thing is, I didn't tell him directly because it was so raw. And
it just happened.
By the way, also, I was getting calls from HQ talking about, we don't know why you're on TV as a representative of Uber talking about this and politics, and that's not what we do here, and why are you so worried about all this black stuff that's going on?
What?
And I was with Colin at lunch and getting counseled by him.
Sounds like Colin.
Like, how perfect also. Like, just
how perfect.
Divine intervention that day of all days.
That is very...
At lunch that had been planned for weeks. I don't even know who set up the lunch. I don't even know why we were meeting. I have no idea how this happened, by the way. I can't remember now for the life of me why we were meeting for lunch. Don't know who put it up. I have no idea. But all I know is I came off that interview and went to my lunch with Colin, and he was like, okay, you have to breathe through this.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
He's very...
Breathe?
He's very...
Hey, bro, I want to go freaking protest. What you talking about? Tell me how to protest. You know what I mean? Like, what you talking about? Breathe.
He's very right here. You'll never see him get this high. Look, none of that.
No, he was so calm.
That's right.
And look, and you already know that, like, stereotypically, I was riding that lunch and I was like, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna tell Colin everything that happened, and he's gonna come protest with me, and then we just gonna kill all these people. That's not what happened.
No.
He was so zen about it and so calm.
Yeah, always calm in all the chaos. Absolutely.
But that is a gift.
It is a gift.
And it was a gift to me that day because it quieted my spirit.
Yeah.
By the way, I've never told him this.
I cannot wait to tell him this. Because that's going to mean a lot to him because, to have that patience, that control, and that the calmness and the chaos, that's special.
Sustained.
Yes.
Because how many times could he just pop off?
Don't worry, I do it. I do it for it.
Yes,
I do it.
Let's all do it. Let's pop off right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I want to do. I want to get active.
Let's go.
I want to get live.
Let's go.
But he was so thoughtful, is the word I want to use.
Extremely.
Thoughtful.
Extremely.
And it brought me back to my own thoughtfulness.
That's right.
And so following that, it was like, okay, Boz, get back in the lab. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do with this moment? How are you going to use this to further the message? Mm-hmm. Not just about the brand I'm working on, because I realized that was coming into an end, because I was like, oh, I'm definitely getting fired now. Mm-hmm. And how do I use this to also propel Lebron and Mav and the things they're trying to do? How do I use this to propel Carrie in her work? How do I use this to propel all of us in our stories? Because what Lebron was talking about was important for all of us.
And it's very real.
Yes. And so it transformed the way that I thought about that moment. And I have to tell you, it's like been a big influence since.